Our viewers requested us to speak on Industrial Dispute Act. For this special demand, we have invited a special guest of honor, Professor Samruddhi Chetan Madgut. Madam has completed BLS LLB and LLM from Kare Law College, Madgaon. She has enrolled as an advocate in December 2009. Since 2013, she is appointed as a senior professor in Law College. Madam has completed certificate course in cyber law. Madam is also good speaker. She wrote various articles which were published in various journals. Today she will speak on Industrial Dispute Act.
Hello everyone. I'm dealing with the overview of the Industrial Dispute Act of 1947 today. Industrial law or the labor law is a welfare legislation which is meant for the welfare of the laborers. The terms and conditions of the employment in the industry are dealt with in the Industrial Dispute Act, and this Industrial Dispute Act is of recent origin. Okay, so is the labor law, that is its advent is after the independence of India. Now, what is meant by the term industry? Industry is a place wherein the raw materials are processed and they are converted into the finished goods. Okay, and then they are supplied and delivered in the market so that the human wants can be satisfied. This has to be done by the cooperation of the employer and the employee in the industry. So production of goods is a systematic activity, okay, and this production of goods has to be done by the cooperation between the employer and the employee. But the relation between the employer and the employee in the industry is a complex one. Always there cannot be cooperation between both, and many times the disputes occur, sometimes because of the working conditions, sometimes because of the working hours, because of the wages, um, sometimes because of the wrong dismissal or wrongful dismissal, okay, sometimes because of the retrenchment and no reinstatement. All these factors contribute to the disputes between the employer and the employee. So we can say that industrial dispute is a dispute between the employer and the employee. It could be also dispute between the employer and the employer, and it could be also dispute between the employee and the employee. But so far as the Industrial Dispute Act is concerned, most of the disputes that occur in the industry are between the employer and the employee. So what does Industrial Dispute Act of 1947 have done is, it has provided for the dispute resolving mechanism. Okay, the appropriate government, that is the central government and the state government, by the special and the general order, have said that every industry must have a works committee, the conciliation officers, board of conciliation, and the grievance redressal committee to solve the industrial disputes within the industry. Okay, so a complaint has to be filed that industrial dispute exists in the industry in the works committee or either of these committees. Then they will conduct inquiry, investigation, they will summon witnesses, they will take evidence of the witnesses, and then they will sign a settlement agreement which will be between the employer and the employee. Now imagine a case when all these authorities have failed to settle an industrial dispute. Then what is the further procedure? They will file a complaint with the government stating that the industrial dispute exists in the industry and it needs to be settled. Then the appropriate government will refer these issues to either the labor court, industrial tribunal, or the national tribunal for adjudication. Now, how is the jurisdiction conferred on these forums? Now, suppose the industrial dispute is in the industry which is of a national importance. Say, for example, the industry related to the defense or the industry related to the public transport. Okay, now if the dispute is of such a nature that it is of national importance, then it will be referred to the national tribunal. Suppose the dispute is related to any matter which is in the second or the third schedule of the Industrial Dispute Act, it will be referred to the Industrial Tribunal. And for the matters that are contained in the second schedule, the dispute may be referred to the Labor Code. Okay. Now, it is very important that these industrial disputes are solved by these forums or the authorities constituted under the Act, because if the dispute is not solved, there would be sudden strike, there would be sudden lockout, okay, and then the employer and the employee may resort to unfair labor practices. See, the employees may carry out demonstrations, they may destroy the property of the industrialist, okay, they may go on an illegal strike. Employer may also practice some unfair labor practices, such as the workers may be dismissed for joining trade union or the trade union movement. Okay, the permanent post may be snatched away in the industry and they may be kept as a badly workers. There are lots of unfair labor practices. The Industrial Dispute Act 1947 have also provided provision wherein it is said that such unfair labor practices are punishable under this act. Okay, and this is exactly the aim and objective of the Industrial Disputes Act of 1947, that it will in the first place govern the terms and conditions of employment of the employees in the industry. It is going to check out for the unfair labor practices, and it has provided authorities under the act to solve the industrial disputes between the employer and the employee. These disputes have to be compulsorily solved because the closure of the industry is not beneficial to anyone. If there is illegal strike in the industry, if there is illegal lockout in the industry, if there is a closure of an industry, then everybody in the industry will suffer along with the public. Okay, the employees would be rendered jobless. The employer, since the production in the industry is not happening, will suffer the economic financial loss, and the general public, since they're not getting any goods, they will find the scarcity of the goods in the market. Prices of the goods in the market will rise and they will have to pay higher prices for the goods, and everybody will suffer. Okay, so this Industrial Dispute Act 1947 has been enacted so that this loss can be mitigated. Okay, I hope I have covered most of the points under this Industrial Dispute Act today, and the video is useful to you. Thank you.